Sports Extra, 20 minutes of local team highlights.
Brought to you exclusively by Hillers Flooring America.
Hey, good evening, football fans. Welcome to Sports Extra. We have a full action-packed show for you tonight, so sit back and take it easy.
I'm Mark Powell alongside Sports Director Pat Lund, and we now kick off the show here in Rochester up on the hill as the Class 5A 4th-ranked Mankato West Scarlets paid a visit to Century.
The Panthers coming off a loss last week on the road to top-ranked Owatonna. Great start for Century on their first possession. The pitch goes to Isaiah Huber. Look at the cutback. Watch the speed take over. Huber sees a whole lot of green and a whole lot of glory, going 70 yards for the touchdown and the early 7-0 lead. West answered right back, and they have a stud at quarterback, senior Jack Foster. He's big, can throw, he can run. Beautiful play here as Foster goes in for the score. It's a 7-6 ball game in the first quarter. Foster would do it again. In the second quarter, he would take a good lick, but goes in for 6. Foster headed to Brown to play football. Yes, he's smart. 14-7 West. Century would score before the end of the first half. It's Huber again. Boy, he can get through the line of scrimmage quickly. 2-point conversion, no good. 14-13, but look at that. The Century Panthers bounce back from last week's loss, and they knock off 4th-ranked West 35-14. Owatonna, they're for real. 63-0 over the Northfield Raiders. Mayo on the road starts the season 2-0. 36-21. Albert Lee with the road win. They host Mayo at New Hammer Field next week, 42-21 the final.
And out of the Rochester Regional Sports Stadium, Lourdes going for their 20th consecutive win tonight, taking on a high-powered Stewartville team. Third quarter, Stewartville trying to get something going. QB Will Cheddar bobbles the snap, but then makes something out of nothing, going left and taking it into the red zone. But then after the quarter change, the Tigers pounded in. Josh Burrai bulldozes his way to the house, and Stewartville led 15-6. On the ensuing drive, the Eagles would respond. It's QB Nolan Jurgensen on the keeper, and the Eagles now trail 15-13. But late in the fourth, Eagles needing a stop. They're all over Josh Burrai there, tackling him for a loss and forcing a punt, so they had a chance trying to get a drive going. Jurgensen drops back and is picked off by Will Lores, and that's how this one would end. It is Stewartville ending Lourdes' win streak with a 15-13 win over the top-ranked team in the state. Elsewhere, Cannon Falls looking like a good team once again, trying to build off that state berth from a year ago. They beat Pine Island 35-20. We have one more page here. Triton beats Zumbrota Mazeppa 21-12, and Goodhue with a win at home over Fillmore Central 34-13.
Historic matchup as the John Marshall Rockets from the big city went out to Casson to face the Casson-Manitowoc Comets. This was all Comets from the get-go. Quarterback Peyton Wilkie keeps the football, goes in from a couple of yards out, and it's 7-0. Comets knocking on the door again. This time they give it to the bruiser, Cade Spriter, who bangs his way into the end zone, and it's 14-0. Then just before the end of the first quarter, it's Wilkie calling his own number once again, and it results in another 6 points. And KM is putting it on the Rockets, leading 21-0. Do I hear 28? Wilkie back to pass in the second quarter. Carter Nelson is wide open. Nelson has a whole bunch of daylight on his way to 6 points. Wow. 28-0 Casson-Manitowoc. The touchdown covers 74 yards. Rockets would score their second TD later in the second quarter. JM quarterback Cole Peterson to William Woodford, who hauls in the pass for the TD. Make a 28-14 ball game. 13 seconds to go in the first half, but look what we got. We have ourselves an upset, folks. The little guy, what is it, David versus Goliath?
Yeah.
David, 48-14 is the final score. History was made tonight at KM Telecom Stadium. Never before has a Rochester public school played a smaller school from the area in football. It happened.
Plus, Sports Extra's very own Naomi Gray is live in Casson, where the KM Comets hosted the John Marshall Rockets. Naomi, how's it going?
Hey, Mark, as usual, everything is going good, and that's because, unlike their opponents, the Comets entered tonight's game with nothing to lose and everything to gain, and that's exactly what they did here tonight, picking up their first victory as a big Southeast team, something the team tells me lifted their spirits after they were down just a week ago.
It feels awesome to come off a week that we didn't have the best luck and not the game that we wanted. and to come out and play like this is just awesome.
I'm so happy for the kids. You know, they were down after that last game because I think they knew that we can play a lot better, and they proved that tonight. So happy for them. They executed everything that we worked on, and when that happens, it's fun to watch.
And I must mention that guy we just heard from, quarterback Peyton Wilkie, well, he racked in a total of 198 yards, including a 63-yard touchdown run. So hope is definitely on the way for this Casson-Manorville team, and they'll be taking on the Austin Packers at home next week, while the John Marshall Rockets will be hosting the Century Panthers as well. We're going to bring you more coverage of that next week on Sports Extra. But for now, live in Casson, Naomi Gray, KTTC Sports.
All right, thank you, Naomi. Parker Bowe from Triton had 129 yards of rushing in their victory. Football highlights still to come. We're taking you to Chatfield, Southland, Lewiston, Austin, and Byron. We're looking for that score from Byron. Plus, we'll hear from Winona State and RCTC as they get set to play tomorrow.
And straight ahead, the 4-time defending state champion Caledonia Warriors. We're in St. Charles tonight. Warriors looking to extend the longest win streak in the nation. We'll be back right after this.